Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Business Communications at Ozarka College. Today what I'd like to do is give you just a little bit of feedback on the chapters 3 and 4 activities that I finished grading this morning. And then I'm going to tell you what we've got coming up due for chapter 5 early next week. And I'm going to remind you a little bit about the project 1 that we have coming up due in a few weeks. All right. So the first thing, before I get into the feedback for chapters 3 and 4, I would like to say that so far this semester seems to be going very well. Everyone seems like you're putting the time and effort into the class, and I'm hoping you're enjoying the class and having a great semester so far. So, just keep up the good work on that. Now, like I said, I did finish grading the chapters 3 and 4 activities this morning. A lot of it I had graded last week, but I went ahead and finished up what was turned in just over the weekend. I graded that this morning. And most of you did well on the chapters 3 and 4 activities. And like I always tell you, I really appreciate the time and effort that you're putting in. So keep up the good work on that. Most of you did well on the assignment and gave a lot of good examples of the concepts that we're covering. I thought that was very good. So if you haven't already looked at the grading comments and looked at your grades for the chapters 3 and 4 activities, go ahead and do that as soon as you can. And let me know if you have any questions. If I did have to count any points off at all, I was very specific on why I had to count points off. But like I said, most of you did very well. On the discussion that we had, I thought that went very well. I really enjoyed reading everyone's comments on the chapters 3 and 4 discussion. So keep up the good work on that as well. Everyone had some good examples and good comments on the discussion. And so hopefully that discussion helped you to kind of better understand some of the concepts that we're covering in the chapters. That's really the purpose of the discussions. All right. The chapters 3 and 4 objective tests, most of you did well on that. There are some of you that are just taking it one time. Just as a reminder, you can take those chapter tests as many times as you want to up until the due date, and your highest grade is automatically recorded. Also, just keep in mind, I know I always tell you this, but I will be opening up the chapter test to help you later on in this semester to help you prepare for the midterm and the final exam. So keep that in mind as well. All right, so that brings us to what we've got coming up due for our next set of activities. So if we go to the activities page in my Ozarka, right now we are on week 4 of this semester, and of course we just had chapters 3 and 4 activities due last night. So there's nothing else. There's nothing else due this week, but there is work due early next week. So you've got about a week basically to work on chapter 5 activities. And so the chapter 5 activities, the assignment and the test, are both due by Monday, September 16th, which is basically a week from today. So you've got right at a week to be working on these activities. But don't wait till the weekend or Monday of next week to get started. Go ahead and get started as soon as possible this week. And that way, if you want your weekend free from doing work for this class, then you'll be able to do that if you get your work done before the weekend. All right. Now, you'll notice the chapter 5 activities do not include a discussion. And so just kind of keep that in mind. We won't have a discussion for every set of activities or every set of chapters. There'll be some of them will have discussions and some won't. On this particular one, chapter 5, we don't actually have a discussion for it. So you'll just have the assignment and the test. Just make sure, remember, on the assignment page, to carefully read through the questions and answer each question completely using your own words, which everyone's been doing that. So just keep doing what you've been doing. But you'll also notice there are Chapter 5 PowerPoint slides here that I provided for you, which can kind of help you to just it hits the high points from the chapter. So you might use that as a study tool if you want to. And then, of course, I've got the videos here below that explain the various concepts from the chapter. Okay? So just let me know if you have questions on that. And, of course, you'll have the test as well. So both of those, again, are due a week from today, Monday, September 16th. Let me very quickly go over what you're going to be learning about in Chapter 5. Chapter 5 covers electronic communication, which is extremely important today in any business. Most communication that happens both inside the company and as well as outside the company to suppliers and to customers and so forth are a lot of times done electronically. And there are various types of electronic communication that you're going to be learning about in Chapter 5 and the proper way to kind of organize those messages and format those messages so that they can get to the sender without error and get the message across that you want to get to your audience, all right, or to the reader. And so Chapter 5, again, covers electronic communication, so you're going to learn about how to effectively communicate electronically with the various types of electronic communication methods, which are email. Email, obviously, is the one that's most commonly used, but you also have text messaging, web pages, social media, which is a big one today, voicemail, cell phone communication, and then also another form of electronic communication is collaboration online. And there are various tools that allow people, both inside the company and also outside the company, to collaborate on various projects and so forth. That's basically what you're going to be learning about in Chapter 5. And so be working on those Chapter 5 activities. Like I said, let me know if you have questions. The only other thing I want to go over today, and this is something I did in the last video as well, but I always want to remind you of projects coming up because they will take a little bit more time than the normal activities like assignments and so forth. And so this Project 1 under Week 8, if you haven't already gone in and clicked on that link and read through the instructions and looked at the resources that I provided here, you need to go ahead and do that as soon as you can, because it may seem like it's several weeks away, but it's really not that far away. This is due by October 6th, which is really less than a month away. So it's going to be coming up before you know it, and it's going to take some time to work through. It's not something you're going to be able to do in a couple of hours right before the deadline. So if you haven't already kind of looked at this and started kind of thinking about how you're going to approach this project, you'll need to go ahead and do that as soon as possible. Let me know if you have any questions about it. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. But again, I provided a template here, which I'd like you to use to actually create the letter. I've also got a PowerPoint here that shows this Project 1 tips and examples, which kind of shows some of the things that can help you to create the project as you're working on it. And then I've also got videos down here that explain how to create a persuasive letter, which is what you're doing in this project. Okay? So, again, go ahead and look through that. Let me know if you have any questions. And I would go ahead and get started on that as soon as possible. At least, get an idea for how you're going to approach it. Okay? All right. And that's really all I have for you for today. So enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. and I will talk to you sometime again next week. Thank you.